course, a lot of people will also be looking at their screen to see what they're going to say next, rather than extemporizing to camera. In other words, making it all up as they go along. The problem, however, with sitting down is that either our chairs are too low or our chairs are too high, and the shot therefore looks really, really uncomfortable. The other problem with sitting down is that all the pipes we need to actually speak clearly, the windpipe principally, the diaphragm, the lungs, all of that equipment that turns the human voice into a combination of a wind instrument and with the vocal cords a string instrument,
are all a little bit constrained, all a little bit hunched up, and we can sound a little bit anorexic as a consequence of
not actually sitting up straight and breathing properly. So if you are going to sit down, plant both of your feet on the ground with your knees, I don't know, 600 to 800, perhaps that's a bit too far, about that far apart, unless you're really huge, in which case they could be that far apart, so that you sit still. If you've got a swivel chair, please don't swivel. Because that can make you and the audience feel really, really dizzy. Another problem is that everybody sits at their webcam, at their desk. So every single Zoom and Teams shot looks the same, a head and shoulders, just like this one now. And even though the words we may be speaking may be fabulously interesting, how are you going to expect everybody to hang on every word if they're visually bored? Standing up confers several advantages, principally that all of that pipe work I was talking about, all of the muscles, the diaphragm that pushes the air in and out of the lungs and so forth and makes our voice really strong and clear and makes us feel much more competent and confident, is in the right order, is aligned properly. It's all in a nice straight line so the air can get out and the air can get in properly. I can guarantee that if you stand up, you will feel much, much better. You will feel much less nervous as well. Now, we've got a separate camera here at this standing position in the ACM training studio, but you can put your laptop on a pile of books. Just grab some books from the shelf behind you, buy a job lot of old books, or use one of those Amazon Prime boxes that you've got heaps of in the garage, and make sure that you have the camera at roughly the same height, the camera in the laptop lid very often, at roughly the same height as your eyes. If you're going to be doing a long Teams meeting, a long Zoom, and you don't really want to be moving the laptop from the sitting position to the standing position, well then you could get yourself a nice little bar style stool like this one, where you're sitting down, so you're taking a bit of weight off your legs literally, but also you're still sitting up straight, so those pipes are in the right kind of alignment. So sit, stand, or sit, it's your choice, but there are huge advantages to standing or sitting, because then your Zoom, your meeting, your YouTube video will just look that little bit different to everybody else's. You can also be more animated. If you're a kind of person that talks with your hands, well then why on earth would you want to sit down? Because if you're sitting down and talking with your hands, no one can see your hands, and it just looks as if your shoulders have got some kind of, I don't know, fleas in them. Be more expressive. Sit, stand, sit. It's your choice, but have a think about it.